I'm Justine, this is Luke, this is Mabel, and this is Edison.
We're the Ortons.
The Millers, that's what it sounds like. Basically, we're building our dream home whilst showcasing the amazing trades and businesses that we choose to work with on a daily basis.
We are Orton Building.
And this is Orton Haus.
Orton Building's been going for about 7.5 years. We focus on a lot of custom residential homes for clients, and now Orton Haus is about building one for ourselves.
So Orton Haus is a project to showcase the amazing trades and businesses and suppliers and designers that we work with in Newcastle.
It's a way that we can give back to them and they can showcase their work, and by product we get an amazing house at the same time. So Orton Building's role will be dealing with my wife Justine. No. Nothing. So the house is going to be a 3-bedroom home with a rumpus for the kids, and then there's also a bit of a retreat off the deck that is going to be good as a bit of a pool room. The kitchen's going to be a fairly focused point in the house. As a family, we spend a lot of time with 2 very young kids. You know, it's right next to the pool, right next to the outdoor area. That'll be where we spend all our time in the house. Our block is probably a lot bigger than the average block in the area. So we had the size, so the single story really worked well for what we're doing. It is a real team effort to be able to get what we need, to be able to work collaboratively with everyone involved that goes into a house. It's not just 1 or 2 people, and I think that foundation works really well. If the culture's right and everyone works as a team, that's how we get the result. When we went to SDA, we had an idea of open spaces. You know, we were happy to renovate, but the existing house doesn't really work with the spaces that we need. So I think at the moment the biggest hurdle is getting the existing house out of the way. From a building point of view, which is kind of what we do every day, it'll be nice just to get a nice clear block and start fresh.
Today we are at Mode Hire and we are creating flat lays for the house. It's a fun process, but it's also a vital one, and it just helps us stop changing our mind throughout the build.
You can get overwhelmed because there is so much available to look at and research, and then when someone helps you with those decisions, it's the best ever.
Yeah, so the urban coastal look that we're going for came about because I really loved the coastal look, but I also wanted to introduce some colour, and Amelia came up with urban coastal because yes, it's in the beachside town of Merewether, but unfortunately I don't have water views. So we're combining the two.
Hi, we're here at NHS today to pick a few of our final selections. These guys here all help with everything from timber framing to some lightweight cladding and timber flooring. And so we're going to do a final selection, run through it all, make sure it all works together, and then go from there. So with the skirtings, we want to we don't really want to go traditional skirting. We want to go something that fits in with square set windows, square set ceilings. There's a few high walls that are about 4.5 to 5 metres high.
Yep.
So instead of using a traditional, treated pine timber,
yep,
wouldn't mind looking at using an LVL. That's essentially what our panelling, it'll be more like this.
Like that.
It'll be more like this one.
Yep.
Today we're laying the foundations of the house. So at this point it is really, really stressful just to make sure everything's in the right spot and everything's going to plan. We've got weather at play. The foundations is just really important to get right. Otherwise, yeah, it just all goes really bad really quickly. Being that it's our house, if things go wrong now and I know about them, it's only going to bug me as the process goes on. So really important that the boys are getting it right. I mean, they're all good guys, so I've got full faith. We'll be right.
So when you're pouring piers, you've got to watch where you step. Otherwise this will happen. And knee deep. It's time to change into some shorts, I think, and wash the old legs of the trousers off.
Yeah, so since concreting, there's been a lot of work been going on. We've managed to get all the subfloor brickwork up. We've actually built all the frames on site. As you can see, it's been a bit wet on site over the last week or so. We have had a fair bit of rain that's created a few problems, just mainly around scheduling and things. You know, it's not as fun to walk around in constant wet boots and mud, but the boys are doing a great job, and we've soldiered on with all the framing.
What's this?
So this is the rubbish pile. This is where we store all of our rubbish.
When's it going?
So it'll be going as soon as we get time to get rid of it.
Good.
Yeah.
Upcoming now, we'll go straight into straightening all the cladding, lock it all up, windows in, and try and get ready for plaster with all the roughing happening.
Next time on Orton Haus, it's all about the master and the ensuite. I make the hardest styling decision of the whole build. The boys at Orton Building create a light-filled oasis for Luke and I.
And after sharing a bathroom between the four of us, we finally get our own ensuite with a bath.
Now all we need is a lock to keep the kids away.